Sí. Ajá, eso es lo que estoy viendo. Como con piquita, tiran unas pantallas prendidas. Oh, shit. Se ve bonito, ¿verdad?
Then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Shalom, brothers, again. This is Apostle Rakar. I'm here with Officer Zakar. We back out here again, pushing this word. Amen. We and the brother were just talking. With all the prophecies going down, we're going to entitle this, The Real Independence Day for the Nation of Israel is Nigh. We had this movie that just came out, so-called Part 2 to Independence Day. The original movie that came out back like shit in the mid-90s, I believe it was like 96 when the first one came out, and I actually saw that in the theaters with Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum, the lousiest actor on the planet, Judd Hirsch from Taxi, and different people were in the movie, Vivica Fox, that slut. Anyways, I remember when the original Independence Day came out. When that movie came out, I was actually back home in Florida, and I saw that movie, I believe, with one of my brothers. I was back at the time. I believe it came out in 96, the mid-90s. Yeah, 1996, I remember that. And at that time, I went back to Florida. I just happened to be back home in Florida, visiting with my mother and my so-called relatives on my mother's side of the family, my mom's people. And me and my younger half-brother, we actually went to go see the movie together with some other people that we knew, that we grew up with. And I saw the movie in the theaters. And just recently, the new one came. I gotta laugh, because the new one sucked, really. That's why Will Smith wasn't in it. Hey, Will Smith, people were like, yeah, how come Will Smith wasn't? Pretty much everybody else that was in the first one was in the second one. Well, not bit, but mostly. Well, Jeff Goldblum, lousy ass, was in it. Then the guy that played the president, he was in it. Vivica Fox was in it, right? I can tell you that the movie sucked. Yeah, Vivica Fox didn't make it through this one, but they put her in there. But Will Smith wasn't in the movie. Really, if Will Smith was in the movie, it would have did better. Because Will Smith is the top nigga in Hollywood now. He's really the top nigga, so they got, Will Smith knew that. But anyways, I went to see it thinking that maybe it might be good, whatever. Because, you know, it's dealing with the chariots, it's dealing with the so-called UFOs coming back to destroy America. And the so-called white man, ever since Independence Day actually was the first movie that started the trend of the UFOs coming back to destroy America. Because after Independence Day, you had a whole slew of movies about the UFOs coming back to destroy America. Okay? I don't remember the names. You had one that came out a few months back, The Others. And I went to go see that with my woman. And me and my woman, 2-3 weeks ago, we went to go see the new Independence Day. You know, me and my woman, we go to the movies a lot. That's our thing. But anyways, the movie, you gotta go see it. Or really, I say don't waste your time seeing it. Just wait for it to come on video, DVD, whatever. Blu-ray, whatever they call it nowadays. Anyways, why is the so-called white man making all these movies about UFOs coming back to destroy America? And primarily those movies are always set in America. How come it's never set in Britain or it's never set in Africa? It's always set where these chariots or UFOs, so-called aliens, come back, and it's always America. They show America being destroyed. They show the White House get a UFO shooting a laser beam at the White House, the Statue of Liberty. All these destruction movies are always set in America because the white man knows what we've been telling you through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for years, that America is going to be destroyed by way of those UFOs, primarily by the way of those nuclear missiles. They made a movie back in the 80s called The Day After. I will remember that movie as well. That was in the 80s, the early 80s. When I was a little kid, we saw that movie. I wasn't in the truth at the time. I was still a young child, and that movie scared everybody. So basically, all that represents the Independence Day. Now, they called the movie with Will Smith Independence Day, right? 4th of July was just passed when the white man won his independence from the so-called white Americans won their independence from the Brits. But they still had our people, Israel, the 12 tribes, Judah, Gad, Reuben, the rest of it, they still had us in slavery. But the real Independence Day, and it's so funny that they call that movie Independence Day about UFOs coming to destroy America, but really that represents the independence of the nation of Israel. So all you niggas that sold out, all you niggas that fell out the truth, fuck you, you dummies. Because the white man knows that represents your independence. That's why they made the movies like that, man. Because when them ships really appear, that's the independence of Israel, starting with the elect. The 2/3, y'all gonna die. You're gonna die here with Esau, according to the scriptures. The elect are gonna make it, but you guys are gonna make it by way of the elect. So we're just gonna jump right into the scriptures. This is just a quick impromptu. So we're gonna hit a few scriptures, make our point, and we're gonna get out of here. Okay, I speak up a little louder.
Luke 21 and 28. And when I'm gonna start at 27. And then shall the Son of Man coming in cloud with power and great glory.
Coming into the clouds. When you go back and you watch the first Independence Day movie, the first one, the one that Will Smith was in, when the ships came, when them UFOs, so-called UFOs, or the chariots, which those are the angels, which are so-called black men, okay? And the first one was the best. When you see that second one, you gonna say, man, fuck this, I should have just stayed home and watched the first one. When the ship came, it was a fire, it was a cloud, like it was a cloud of fire. And then the ship came out the cloud, man. Okay? So that shows that Esau, the so-called white man, knows. Go ahead, brother.
And it says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
For your redemption draweth nigh, man. When you see them chariots come, you're going to know that it's time for the white man. See, the Most High put the white man in power. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. He going to go down when the Most High sanctioned him to go down, which the Most High have already sanctioned for Esau to go down. But the thing is this, when them ships come, then that's it. That's the time. That's when the Esau goes down. So you brothers, man, that's the spirit and the mind frame that you're supposed to be in. You're supposed to be looking forward to that, hastening to the day. That's why you do videos, you prophesy, you teach this word. Your redemption draweth nigh. That means the white man is done. Esau is done. The other nations are done. It's time for us, the Israelites, to come back in power, man. Go ahead, brother.
And I got
So you're supposed to be looking forward to that. So if you're looking forward to that, you're going to be doing the work of the Lord, what we're doing right here and now. Go ahead, brother.
Revelations 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Like in the movie Independence Day, the ships came in the clouds, man. Behold, he cometh with in the clouds, because when them chariots come, and simultaneously, the missiles are going to be touching down, okay? As the ships are coming, Leviathan going to make an appearance, which you call Godzilla, and he going to come up out the water and be causing tsunamis and breathing fire. It's going to be, man, it's going to be a terrible day. The scripture said the day of the Lord is a terrible day. Go ahead, brother.
And they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall...
And they also which pierced him, go ahead.
And all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
They're going to be howling. They're going to be screaming and howling. Because they're gonna be shitting their pants, pissing themselves, and it's a day which pierced him. Which that right there proves reincarnation. The people that pierced the Messiah, Yahushua, 2,000 years ago, okay, they died 2,000 years ago. How the fuck could they see him if they're dead? If they're in the grave rotting away somewhere, if they're ashes by now, how are they gonna, if they're in the spirit world or heaven or hell, how are they gonna see him? They're gonna be on the earth beholding. Those Roman centurions, man, them Edomites that pierced Yahushua's flesh when he was still on the cross. They're on the earth walking around, living and breathing, which proves we are all back in the reincarnation, which means people who did wickedness in the past, they ain't getting away with that, man. They're going to answer for their crimes at that moment. Go ahead, brother.
Right. 2 Ezra 13.
So that's the beginning of the redemption, the Independence Day for you. So you're supposed to look forward to this. That's when Esau loses power in the earth. Because when that happens, that's when this cracker goes out of power. When the elect go up into them ships, and simultaneously the missiles are going to touch down and pelt this place, America, with those missiles and certain other places in the earth, the elites, they're not going to be touched by the missiles. The Illuminati, the Rothschilds, they're going to be in hiding. But the fun part is when the ones of us that are of the elect come back down at them ships and we got them Superman bodies, we're going to go rounding them up. Because at that point, that's when they're done. And that's when payback, well, payback already started, but that's going to be the fun part of payback for the ones of us. Pray that you be Abaratazah be of that elect. Okay? So that's our Independence Day. In the movie, the ships came and the white man, it's not going to go down like that. That's a fantasy Hollywood version. The first part of the movie, Independence Day, is always the best part when the ships come and destroy shit and mess the white man up.
Precept?
Yeah, brother.
Isaiah 51:14. The captive exile hastened that he may be loose.
That's us, the captive exile. We are the captive exile. Because that land over there in the Middle East, Israel, where them so-called Jews are, that's our land. And starting at 70 AD is when we were cast out of that land. Okay, all the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. We were cast out of our land by who? By the other nations, Esau and the other nations. So we ended up over here in America, all 12 tribes of Israel, were captive exiles, while the heathens are controlling our land. So it said, hey, read that again, please.
Isaiah 51:14. The captive exile hastened that he may be loose.
Hasteneth that he may be loose. So that means the brothers, that's why you brother, hey man, I'm going to go back again. That's why Apostle Tahar said, man, brothers ought to be doing videos, pushing this word out, being on fire for this truth. Fuck Esau, fuck this kingdom. You do what you got to do. You play the role while you out here, man. But yo, you supposed to be about this thing, man. Going out, speaking on the streets. So all these other Israelite groups that are not doing what we're doing, they're not hastening to the day. Then you got guys making videos talking about, oh, you guys had the year 2000. So what? Because we were serious about it. We wanted this thing to come in 2000. And a lot of you guys that are talking shit, you wasn't even around back in the 90s. Talking shit. It's easy to talk shit when you haven't been tested, when you haven't been through nothing. See, you guys, there's an old saying, even people in the world know that. Never disrespect your elders, man. Brothers that been there before you've been there, man. You guys that's around now, you on fire, or you think you on fire, and you learned the truth, you learned a couple of scriptures, you learned that you were Israelites from who? Us. You see what I'm saying? So that whole year, you guys on your babies, you don't even understand what y'all wasn't there, y'all wasn't back. Look, man, first, I ain't even gonna get into that. That's another topic, that's another show. I was around, myself and the other apostles, and certain other elders, going back to the early 90s, the late 80s, early 90s, when you guys were still in the spirit world, and we understand that. And I was really looking, I really believed that we're going to be out of here before the year 2000. I hoped we were. But if the Lord had brought that destruction before the year 2000, where would you guys be? Right?
Makes sense.
Where would you'd be put to death. You would have got destroyed. So the Lord allowed this thing to tarry on. Go ahead, brother.
Right. And it says, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail.
Yes.
Psalms 91, and I'm start at 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide,
That's us. Go ahead.
shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
That's us. We dwell in the secret place of the Most High. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Because this knowledge, I mean, even though it's out there, this word is worldwide. But a lot of people still don't know about it. We're in that shit. We're the elect. We got the knowledge. Well, I pray I'm of the elect, me and this brother. We got the knowledge. There's still millions of other Israelites that don't know this. That's just out there, blind. So we dwelling in that secret place, meaning the knowledge. We don't.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge, my fortress.
This knowledge, the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and this knowledge, what we teach. This is our refuge. Because this is the only way by way you're going to be delivered. Go ahead, brother.
My power, and in him will I trust.
In him will we trust in the Most High. The chip is going to come, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast according to the scriptures and Revelations. Okay? So, people said, General Yohana said, if you want to eat, you're going to take that chip. He don't trust in the Lord. And Nate and them don't trust in the Lord. IUIC. People say, well, how y'all gonna eat? Well, I'm gonna trust in Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Go ahead, brother.
Right. And it says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
The snare of the fowler. That's it. Esau is the fowler. Then that snare is that chip. The RFID microchip. So when the time comes, well, you gotta take that chip or you're gonna starve, then Yahweh, if you have those who have faith in the Lord, gonna be delivered from that. The ones who don't, you're gonna fall into the snare of who? Of the devil. Go ahead, brother.
And from the noisome pestilence, he shall cover thee with his feathers.
The pestilence is gonna be the prophecies, man. The chip, the martial law, the race riots, the death that's gonna come to the 2/3 of Israel. The elect is gonna be delivered from the noise of that pestilence. The pestilence is gonna be that death and destruction. Go ahead, brother.
He shall cover thee with his feathers, and
that's right. The feathers is the angels. The angels, the protection of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So the men of the Lord are gonna be protected from this, man. Go ahead, brother.
Right. And it says, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler.
That's right. Faith. The trust is talking about faith. Faith in Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night.
The terror by night. That's these prophecies that's going to come, man. The martial law, the microchip, and the famines, and the race wars, and everything else that's going to come. Go ahead.
Nor from the arrow that flieth by day.
The arrow that flieth by day is the missiles. It's going to all culminate with the missiles. So if you're a man of the Lord, you ain't going to fear it. You're going to fear, but you're going to have faith that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai going to deliver you. The arrow that flies by day is talking about the nuclear, them ICBM nuclear missiles that's going to come. If you are the elect, you're going to have faith that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai going to deliver you from that, okay?
Nor from the pestilence that walketh in the darkness, nor from the destruction that waiteth at noonday.
All the prophecies, the destruction, ending up with the missiles, man. Go ahead.
1,000 shall fall at thy side.
There's going to be a lot of death out here. The day of Jacob's trouble is coming. So when that comes, a lot of Israelites, you all getting all messed up now about the cops killing a couple of niggas here and there. What you going to do when 1,000 niggas die in one clip? Okay, go ahead, man.
And 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
That's right. The men of the Lord are going to be protected, man. You're going to have thousands of niggas dying. Israelites of the tribes, of you tribes. Hey, but it's not going to come nigh onto the elect. The elect is going to be delivered. So all you can do is keep doing this work, give diligence to make that calling and election sure, and keep doing the work of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, bringing out these scriptures and going out on this camp and doing these videos, and Abaratzes out of the Lord pre-adventure will deliver you if you have that number. If you're not, there's nothing you can do anyway, man. But you know what? Still serve the Lord any damn way. Go ahead, brother.
Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
That's right, man. The elect is going to behold the reward of the wicked. All these wicked ass niggas out here, all these evil, wicked people, they going to get judged out here. Like them niggas you see getting put to death now by Esau, man. So that's what's going to happen. So the elect is going to witness the judgment of the 2/3 of Israel and the other nations. You crackers, a lot of you going to be getting put to death too. Now, okay, read on.
Fine. It says, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, my inhabitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh.
That's right, man. The martial law, whatever, the death, the elect is going to be shielded from that. The elect of the Lord, man. Go ahead.
Come nigh thy dwelling, for he shall give his angels charge over thee.
That's right. And you know what, brother? That's why it's important for brothers to pray every day. Brother, through the Spirit of the Lord, we pray. I pray when I get behind my truck, when I wake up in the morning. I pray all throughout the day. All throughout the day. I'm just sending up prayers all throughout the day, man. To Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. To protect me from my going in and my coming out from this time forth and even forevermore. As the scriptures say, man. Pray to the Lord that you wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, thank the Lord for allowing you to wake up. When you leave out, before you leave out your front door, pray to the Lord that you make it to your destinations during the day safely and make it home to your house safe. Then when you get in your house, pray to the Lord that you wake up alive for the sole purpose that you could continue to do this work. Go ahead, brother.
To keep thee in all thy ways.
Keep thee in following the laws of the Most High and teaching the word. What we do. What we're doing now. Go ahead, brother.
They shall bear thee up in their hands.
The angels, man. When you set up them prayers and you have faith, the angels of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai sup with you and they protect you. Go ahead, brother.
Least thou dash thy foot against a stone.
And that was the scripture that Satan quoted to Yahweh Shai. Showing you the devil knows the scriptures too. So you guess what? You got guys out there that quote scriptures and they seem very convincing that the Lord is with them. But they're really Satan. Some of these demonic other niggas that call themselves Israelites, man. They quote scriptures and they seem very convincing and beguiling. But they're really the devil. See? Go ahead, man.
That shall trod upon the lion and adder.
Because Satan, that was the scripture that the devil himself quoted to Yahweh Shai, the spiritual demon Satan. And Yahweh Shai cut him with the scripture. Came back, man. Go ahead, man.
The young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him up on high, because he know my name.
The men of the Lord, the elect. It all goes back to the elect. Okay? Yeah, read the precept.
Isaiah 20.
There was some other scriptures I wanted to read, but the Spirit got us reading this.
Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut the doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment.
Well, that's them ships too, man. Well, that's spiritual. It's talking about the spirit of this truth, the elect. The people of the Lord are the elect. So this word, the knowledge, the spirit of the Lord, the ones of us of the elect, we're in the hidden chamber. Apparatus, I hope I'm of that elect. We're in that hidden chamber, man. So the elect or the men of the Lord are going to be protected from all that shit. And then ultimately it means the ships too. It's twofold. The ships, when the missiles hit this place and the destruction comes, they're going to be taken up into that secret chamber, which is them chariots, so-called UFOs, man. Go ahead.
And it says, hide thyself as it for a little moment until the indignation be past.
Until the indignation be past. Because them missiles is going to mess this place up. So the elect are going to be up in them ships, them chariots, what the white man calls UFOs, so-called white man calls UFOs. Okay? And then after the indignation passed, then the elect are going to come back down out them chariots and them Superman bodies, and that's when we're going to subjugate the planet back under righteousness under Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and establish the kingdom of Yahweh Shai while Israel in righteousness, starting with the elect. Go ahead, brother.
Revelations 11:12. And they heard a great voice from heaven.
So that's going to be our Independence Day. As you see in the movies, and here it is in the movie, when them UFOs and ships come, Will Smith, who's an Israelite, simple-minded nigga, he's going up to fight the fight. He's fighting against his own independence. In the original Independence, they were Will Smith. Then in the second one, they had the other nigga that was supposed to be his son. He's a nigga, and he's doing the same thing his father did. He's going to fight against his own. That's called the Stockholm Syndrome, man. That's why you got a lot of you niggas like Nate and Johanna. Here it is, these guys know that they're Israelites, but they sell out to the white man for some federal notes because they want to stay in captivity. All you niggas that sell out, man, you have Stockholm. You're victims of Stockholm Syndrome. Go ahead.
And it says in Revelations 11 and 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud.
That's Yahweh Shai. Come hither, the beam from them chariots, that tractor beam, better yet, that's going to beam up the elect. Come up hither and beam you up. That's really that tractor beam that's going to beam up the elect into them ships for safety from the missiles and the destruction. Go ahead.
And their enemies beheld them.
As you saw, like in certain other movies, like Star Trek, Captain Kirk and them would go on the planet and they would say, beam me up, Scotty, and you would see the tractor beam appear and beam them up into the ship. Go ahead.
Second.
Well, like in that movie Cocoon, that came out in the 80s too. So you gotta watch some of them old movies. There was a movie called Cocoon. Steve Guttenberg was in it. And they were the so-called aliens or the UFOs came and it beamed up them old crackers up into the ship. Okay, go ahead.
2nd Ezra 13 and 1. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he...
That's Yahweh Shai. The ships. When them ships come, they're going to shake this earth, man. Go ahead.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled.
That's talking about them laser beams. When the ships come, yes, Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is going to be what's called that mothership. And they showed you that in Independence Day too, in all the movies. When he comes, his countenance, man, when the ship comes, it's going to start shooting laser beams, man. That's what it's talking about. His countenance means the Yahweh Shai going to shoot that laser beam from the ship and be destroying shit.
That were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his...
The voice really represents that laser beam, man. Okay? What's the word they call it, man? That vibration, but it's going to come in the form of that laser beam. And he's going to be shooting, zapping stuff with that laser beam. Go ahead.
Out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
Burned. That's really representative of that laser. He's going to be like you saw in Independence Day. The first one. And even the second one, they're going to be shooting laser beams. When them chariots or them UFOs come, which that contains the angels, which are so-called black spiritual beings, they're going to be shooting the laser beams and destroying this place. Simultaneously, the missiles are going to be coming hitting. Boom, 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 hitting this place. And hitting a certain other part, Russia and different parts of the world, wherever.
Like as the earth.
And the so-called, the elites of the so-called, you elites, you know this gonna happen. That's why you put it in the movies. You doing all this thing, you got us over here locked up in America, you know who we are. That's why you're doing what you're doing. But there's nothing you guys can do. Y'all think y'all got the power over us. You do to a certain degree because the Most High is allowing us to be here. Because we have to go through what the scriptures are. We have to bear the cross of Yahweh Shai. But you elites, I'm talking to the Rothschilds and you fucking devils. You know your time is near, and you know there's nothing you can do to stop it. And when we get our hands on you, it's going to be 1,000 years of fun. But your kingdom is done, your power's done. Okay? And you know it. That's why you make these movies, man. So you devils enjoy the last couple of seconds of your kingdom, and y'all know it's over. Go ahead.
Like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered gathered together a multitude of men out of a number from the four winds of the earth of the heaven, to subdue the men that came.
Yeah, that's like the movie in Independence Day. They sent their stealth bombers, and you devils, You're gonna try to go. You got your laser beams and your satellites with your armed satellites, and you got your space stations, and you have your little spaceships of your own, and y'all gonna try to fight again, like in the movie Independence Day. Y'all gonna try to fight against the angels. You gonna try to fight against the angelic forces, man. Go ahead.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it.
Hey man, like that movie, the new Independence Day, that giant chariot that came to consume the earth, it was like, pursuing the second Ezra, the 13th chapter. It was like a giant mountain coming to the earth. It's going, the ship that Yahushua gonna be on is gonna be probably half the size of the earth. Hey.
But I would have seen the region or place where at the hill was graven.
Yeah, because really it was a ship. It was the chariot that came down. It was so huge, he thought it was a mountain coming out of the sky, but it wasn't. It was actually well, that's how you gotta go watch the new Independence Day. It shows you that. It was pretty much like a mountain crash landed on half of the earth, and it was really a chariot. So that's prophecy. So that shows you these devils know. And when I was in the theater watching it with my woman, I said, look at that shit. I said, that's the scripture. Go ahead.
But I would have seen the region or place where out the hills was graven.
Yeah, because he thought it was a mountain. So he looked at, well, where did the mountain come? No, but it was a ship that was this huge. And that was the only way he could describe it. The ancient prophet, it looked like a mountain coming out of the sky. Okay?
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they that were gathered together to subdue him.
Yeah, all you devils, like in Independence Day, you sent your jet fighters and your spaceships. They all gonna come together, all the nations, to try to fight against the angels and Yahushua. Go ahead.
Were so afraid and yet durst fight.
Because the Most High gonna put the spirit on you to still fight. Because the Most High wants Yahushua wants a good show. They're gonna be scared to death. They're gonna be shitting, pissing their pants. But the Most High gonna put a spirit on you to still say, no, let's still go, like in the movie. Go.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor held a sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire.
That laser beam, laser beam is nothing but concentrated fire, as Apostle Gabar brings out, concentrated fire. That's all it is. So when they come to fight, Yahushua gonna shoot that laser beam from the ship, that mothership, woo, and it's disintegrate you devils. So you devils are done, man. Fuck you and your kingdom, and we gonna get you in captivity. And you elites, we gonna get you firsthand, so just know. We're gonna get you, man, by the spirit and the grace and the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You could poison us with chemtrails. We all jacked up in these bodies, but the spirit is keeping us going. The spirit of Yahweh, why Yahushua. And y'all gonna be the first ones. Y'all not gonna taste the missiles. We're gonna drag you out them little bomb shelters and places you hiding, and y'all gonna go from from riches to rags, man. It's gonna be our Independence Day. And you know it, that's why you make the movies. But you twist it to where y'all win. But it's not gonna end up how it is in the movies. In the movies, the so-called aliens, which you calling us aliens, Yahushua and the angels aliens, the aliens are gonna win. So-called aliens. Go ahead.
Out of his lips a flaming breath.
Hey, like in that movie 8 Mile with Eminem.
Yeah.
You remember that scene when the guy, was it Lotto, the big Jake? He said, I'm about to expose this stack. It's Boogie. He was rhyming against Eminem and Jake. He said, it's a horror flick, but the black guy doesn't die in this movie. You remember that? It's a horror flick, but the black guy doesn't die in this movie. Lotto was prophesying, man. Yeah. You watch the movie 8 Mile, you get the joke.
Out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude.
That's them laser beams, man. The angels are going to be shooting them laser beams and coming with that power from the chariots. And then the missiles are going to come, and the missiles are going to, and at the same time, the missiles are going to be dropped, boom, boom, boom. And then that tidal wave of fire is just going to disintegrate America.
Yep. Which were prepared to fight and burn them up, every one.
All your military bases and weapons is all going to be destroyed, man.
So upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to perceive, but only dust and smell of smoke.
That's all that's going to be left, because after the fire comes and the missiles are hit and the laser beams and the chariots, that's all that's going to boom, sulfur, fire, and this place is going to still be burning. Like Apostle Tahar said, whoever's here, you two-thirds of our people, that's wicked faggots, lesbians, so on and so forth, black conscious movement, cops, whoever.
Quick preset.
Okay, you all gonna become a part of the desert. That's it. Okay, that's left in the aftermath. You're gonna be a part. All that desert, that's gonna be dust from your bodies, man. There ain't gonna be no wigs, there ain't gonna be no weave, there ain't gonna be no suit or tie or cuffling, or there ain't gonna be like in the movies after the missile, like the Planet of the Apes, the Statue of Liberty laying in the water. There ain't gonna be nothing. There ain't gonna be no water left. It's gonna be a desert. Like in the Planet of the Apes, Charlton Heston, you did it, you fools! You ain't gonna see the Statue of Liberty laying in the desert. You ain't gonna see a part of the new World Trade Land, the Empire State. You ain't gonna a piece of hubcap left. There ain't gonna be nothing. Okay, brother.
2 Ezra 16 and 11. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?
Beaten to powder. That's the Lord is Yahweh Shai. When him and the angels come, everything is going to be disintegrated into dust, into powder. So after the fire, actually, it's going to take a long time, and it's still going to be like in a fire. When you ever been out in the country and you light a campfire, even when the fire goes out, it still smolders. It's going to be smoldering for a long time, and then eventually, when that subsides, it's just going to be desert. From sea to shining sea. From where New York used to be to where LA used to be, Alaska, it's all going to be one big desert. Can you imagine that? The largest desert ever known in the planet. And ain't nobody going to dwell. We ain't going to come back here and set up shop when the scriptures say so. We're going to leave this place as a monument of where we serve captivity. We might fly over it in the kingdom in them chariots and look and tell our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, look, that's where we served slavery. That was the great America where it's going to be written about, and the scriptures there's going to be new parts to the scriptures that's going to be added.
Yep.
All the works that were done here. Okay, that's all going to be recorded. Yeah.
Back in 2 Ezra 13.
And we'll wrap it up on this.
When I saw this, I was afraid. Afterward, I saw the same man come down from the mountain and
That's Yahweh Shai. That's Yahweh Shai.
And call unto him another peaceable multitude.
Oh.
And there came much people unto him.
The elect.
Whereof some,
the 1/3.
Whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and others some bought of them that were of offered. Then was I sick through a great fear, and I woken and I said, that's it.
Yeah, the elect. The Lord is going to call the elect. The peaceable multitude is talking about the elect. And we're all going to be in fear when Yahweh Shai come back, man. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to be in fear when Yahweh Shai come back. Okay, because it's going to be such a terrible day. The scripture said the day of the Lord is a day of darkness and gloominess. So that's what the scripture is talking about. That's Independence Day for the elect of Israel. Starting with the elect, because the 2/3 are going to try to fight against that. So that's why you brothers got to be serious about this thing, because this is what we're dealing with. And you, after hearing that, that should put you in fear just hearing that. And that should put you in a mind frame of, yo, man, we got to be serious about this thing. That's why we got to be on fire for this word and push this word.
That was it.
Okay? But that was it. That was it. No, was that it that we had on that?
Yeah, Revelations.
Yeah, read that.
Revelations 21:1. I saw a new heaven and a new earth, For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Yeah, that's this wicked ass kingdom. Go ahead.
There was no more sea, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, come down.
That's not talking about someone gonna drop out the sky. It's just talking about the elect who are gonna get beamed up into them ships. They're gonna come down. That's talking about the elect, the men that's gonna be delivered into them ships. They're gonna come down out them ships and establish the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua on the earth. Okay, by toil of the other nations in Esau. Go ahead, brother.
Coming down from Yahweh out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
That's simply talking about the elect. Because they're going to be taken up into the ships from here, and then they're going to come down. That's the elect that's going to be up in them chariots, and they're going to come down out the ships after the destruction. That's what that's talking about, you dumbass motherfuckers. Not some actual city dropping out the sky.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
And I heard a great voice.
We're going to set the kingdom up. We ain't going to do shit. Esau going to work. They're going to build. Because if that was the case, where's Esau going? They're going to work. Esau and the other nation, they're going to build up the New Jerusalem. Physically on the earth. Go ahead.
I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men.
That with men. So that cuts that simple-minded nigga arrived from Virginia talking about women are going to be ruling in the kingdom, and we're going to really be taking orders from women, from the black woman, from the Israelite woman. The tabernacle of the Most High is with men, the Israelite men of the elect. Go ahead.
And he will dwell with them.
And he will dwell with them, not the nigga woman sitting on the throne in the back room, and we just figureheads. Go ahead.
And they shall be
showing you how guys get demons on them, man. See, go ahead.
And they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power.
Because at that point we will be worthy to be in the presence of Yahweh. But Yahweh Shai is going to always be there as that God over us. But we will be worthy to face Yahweh. The Most High is going to deal with us directly again. But Yahweh Shai is still going to always be the intercessor. Yeah. His position is set. Go ahead.
And Yahweh shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes.
Independence Day, brothers.
And there shall be no more death.
That's right. So that proves we're going to live forever. Yahweh Shai said we should live forever. So that cuts high priest Ariah went off. He said you're going to live for 1,000 years. And then what? No, we're going to live forever. It means what it means.
Neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. No
disrespect to high priest Ariah, but he just went off. We all go off from time to time. But because the scripture says that it's not given to just one man. So it wasn't meant for high priest Ariah. High priest Ariah broke down a great part of this knowledge to us, but it wasn't meant for him to break down everything. So the Lord blocked certain things for him to give to other prophets. But we're going to live forever, man.
One more.
Yeah.
And he said, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new.
That's right. This whole kingdom, Esau's control and rulership on this planet is going to be wiped away. That's when it said the new heavens and the new earth, that's under the nation of Israel, starting with the 144,000. So the new heavens and the new earth is going to be under Yahweh Shai, going down to King David, back in the reincarnation, under the elect, the 144,000, ruling the earth in righteousness.
And he said unto him, he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful.
That these words are true and faithful, this Bible, the scriptures. So all the brothers that lose faith, you don't believe in the scriptures anymore, so you lose your faith. And the scriptures tell you about that. Woe unto ye that have lost patience. What will ye do when the Lord will visit you? So you're going to get caught up in that destruction, man. So with that, brothers, we're going to wrap up this video. Amen. That's the scriptures of our, what the white man making movies about really represents our Independence Day. The ones of you that's in the know, the brothers of you that's pre-adventure of the elect, you'll get this and you'll understand this. Like Yahweh Shai said, he that have ears, let him hear. So it's for you. Because those are the only ones we're trying to reach out to anyway. Okay? These movies that Esau making about Independence Day and the UFOs coming back to destroy America, that's our Independence Day. That's what that represents according to the scriptures, and we just read it to you. So with that, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to say shalom to the elect. And you brothers keep pushing this word, man. Take this thing serious. Okay?